Hello, one and all. This is Luckless Lovelocks, and welcome to an early look at This Is the Police 2. I'd like to thank Weappy Studio and THQ Nordic for providing me with a copy of this game to play with all of you. I did play This Is the Police 1 a couple years back now, and I really enjoyed it. If you didn't watch that series, it's basically like a police chief simulator. So you're in charge of police force in the city, trying to fight crime, but also dealing with the darker elements in the city as well. In the first game we played as Chief, who was about to retire, and we wanted to put away a bit of money before we did, and we tried to play it straight, not getting into bed with the the mob in the city, and they ended up killing us at the end. I'm not sure how much different this game is going to be from the first one, but one thing I do know is that they added kind of an XCOM style tactical combat scenario. I don't know how often it's going to happen, but like a turn-based tactical combat thing, which I'm looking forward to trying out, along with like the simulation of being like the sheriff or a police chief in a town, trying to like maintain your police force while fighting crime, and also maybe putting a little bit of money aside for your retirement as well. Without further ado, let's jump in. The one thing I want to say is I'm not sure if this is going to be a full series or not, so let me know in the comment section if you're enjoying watching me play it, and if I like it enough and you guys like it enough, then we could turn it into a full series. Alright, This Is the Police 2. Here we go. At approximately 1 in the morning, the Sharpwood Police Department received an anonymous call. The source said he knew where we could find the headquarters of the Neckties, a gang of drug traffickers that recently arrived in the town. Anonymous information is rarely reliable, but for Sheriff Wells, shutting down the Neckties was the department's primary goal. So he immediately went to the address indicated, along with two other officers for backup. The Necktie headquarters. This looks like it might be cool. It's jumping us right into this like turn-based tactical combat thing, allowing us to move closer. Policeman usually performs 2 actions per turn. Moving a short distance is 1 action.
580.
Hide behind the generator, so we can move twice, I guess. Any cover makes you almost invisible to the enemy if he hasn't yet raised the alarm. An offender can spot a sheltered cop only if he approaches from the side. That looks like half cover.
Roger. We have a visual.
Okay, we see one of the enemy. A cop can spend 2 actions on movement. If a cop runs into a criminal, the cop halts and the action is interrupted. So that's full cover. You can see, it looks like these 2 bars. Oh no, because there's 2 bars there. I'm not sure what, like, oh, that must mean use 2 actions. Yeah. You can see there's only 1 bar there. I like the art style so far. That's one thing I really liked about the first game. It's more difficult to hit a person hiding behind full cover than someone behind partial cover. Don't stick your head out. Okay, I'll try. What's this? Oh. That looks like they've burnt body there. Some bones. Hunted some deer.
Roger. 580.
Okay. We spotted another criminal. And a third one. So are we going to interrupt their turns as well if we spot them? Set an ambush. Get closer. So it looks like this is kind of like a guided tutorial. If the enemy spots you, then he'll raise the alarm during his turn. If the alarm is raised, cops are visible even if they're behind cover. But cover still makes you a harder target to hit. Whoa, check that out. Burning people at the stake? Whack the criminal with a baton to the head, or he'll raise the alarm and compromise the whole operation. Stunned and wounded criminals don't resist arrest. So let's see what we have here. Arrest, knife. Instantly dies from a single sharp knife jab. Possible to miss. Hone it once a week. Weird. We can shoot. Some parts of the body are harder to hit than others. Perks. Pepper spray. Effectively stuns the criminal. Highly reliable. Spray gets into eyes. Do not attempt to rinse with water. The shocker. Stuns the criminal for an extended period of time. Impossible to dodge. Protect this device from moisture. I like the little flavor text. Taser. Sometimes batons and knives are not enough. The taser is effective at medium range and stuns the offender for several turns. May cause pain and shock. It's like the shocker, but from further away. And then we've got the baton. Briefly stuns criminals. Guaranteed hit. Does not leave marks on the body. Maybe for interrogation purposes.
580.
Get closer. Some actions. So it looks like there's a stun meter there. So stun for 4 turns, I guess. Some actions can only be performed if you're standing directly in front of an object.
Roger.
Arrest the criminal. Arrested criminals remain on the ground and cannot raise the alarm. I wonder if, I guess they have to be stunned to be arrested, and I wonder if they're like fellow criminals can release them. Try to put the offender in handcuffs. This is easier if they're stunned or wounded. Easier. Okay.
Get on the ground.
It's not necessary though, it sounds like. Approach from the other side. Perhaps one of the criminals is patrolling behind the minivan. We just can't. Okay, so we just won't be able to see them from here because no one can see behind that van. Suspect's turn. Like they've got shotguns. Bleeding out a bear here. Jeez. Another lookout has disappeared from policeman's view and is most likely behind the logs. So here.
580.
They've got a body like strung up on top of these logs. Bunch of corpses here. Shoot with the taser. Cops can carry other non-lethal gear aside from batons. A taser effectively stuns at a distance, but each shot requires a cartridge. Okay. How do we know how many cartridges we have?
Roger.
So once again, stun for 4 turns. Get ready for the arrest, so we're approaching to the front. Intercept the lookout so that he doesn't set the alarm. I guess maybe he could spot our 2 officers here. Enemies can not only see you, but also hear you. If an offender sees you from afar or hears a suspicious noise, he's sure to leave his post and check the area. So we might be able to use that to get them to move to a different area. Stun him. So he sees us. That's what the exclamation mark means. Another way to take down a criminal is to use a pepper spray. Equipment like stun grenades, taser cartridges, shockers, pepper spray disappear after use. Okay, stun grenades, taser cartridges, shockers, pepper spray. All right.
Roger.
Nice shot. So it's counting down. So it looks like the pepper spray only stuns for 3 turns. We're gonna arrest this guy. Good. Should be able to walk up and arrest him, right? Hide behind the railroad car. Guess that makes sense. We don't know what's coming from this direction. Prepare to breach. You can look into the room through the window or take a position next to the open door. Don't blunder into the house blind.
Roger.
Makes sense. So we're going to take out this guy with him. I thought we had to be in front of him, but it's saying move closer. Maybe we could arrest from the side too.
Get on the ground.
So we probably just have to be adjacent to him. I wonder if that can fail though. So far, every action we've taken has worked. If you still haven't raised the alarm, then the enemy won't see you through the window. So we can see in, but they won't be able to see out. That's what it sounds like.
We have a visual.
There's one there. He's not really looking this way, though. Prepare to engage. That guy looks pretty pissed off. Take down the door. Only a policeman with the appropriate perk Can pick locks or break down doors. Noise from a broken window or door will attract the enemy's attention. Active perks. Reload. After a bit of fuss, you'll be back to serving and protecting. What's this? Carry. Carry wounded allies and boxes of loot. Can be left next to police car for evacuation. To the police car, sorry. Overburdened cops find movement difficult. We can pick stuff up. We can put stuff down. Cop interacts with something in an adjacent cell. Maybe open doors. Stuff like that. Stuns anyone in the radius of the blast for 2 turns. If handled carelessly, it can set the house on fire or blow off a finger. Okay, what perks do we have? Battering ram, burglar. Silently opens a closed door or window. Awareness, location of criminals is highlighted for 1 turn. I'll use it once. The police spends his remaining actions and finishes his move. During the opponent's move, the cop can fire at the first criminal he sees. Shadow. Policeman can spend 1 action and move right in front of the enemy without them even noticing. Cool. Patience. A policeman can spend all his current actions in exchange for a bonus action next turn. So it's like a rest turn. Negotiation. A policeman can contact criminals by radio and postpone the explosion of a bomb for several moves. This works once per mission. The policeman spends his turn entirely. I'm wondering if this is like a success rate thing.
Roger.
Battering ram is in user foot. Shoot the culprit. Firearms can kill or disarm a suspect and inflict serious wounds. A wounded person will die in a few moves unless he's evacuated. Gunshots immediately raise the alarm, so think twice before opening fire. Oh, see? So that line's not going all the way up, so that means it probably has a chance to miss. Don't forget to aim before you pull the trigger. Some parts of the body are harder to hit than others. And that's, yeah, so it's, I don't know, 60% or something? The criminal won't be able to shoot, but he will certainly try to escape. Go for the head, the body, the legs, or the weapon.
Roger.
So he's alarmed. He's taken 1 hit point, I guess. Looks like he talked into a walkie or something. Grab the offender. Jimmy the window. This music's intense. Perks. So he's got the silently opens closed door. So he's got burglar.
980.
Or she's got burglar, my bad. And Noakes has ram.
Roger.
Smashes that window. I guess that means that we're under alarm. Here we go.
Roger.
So did that end well? Or not so well? I guess we're going to find out. So November 21st.
But today, I wasn't so lucky. I mean, it wasn't just a regular funeral, was it? All Sharpwood showed up. Can you imagine? I had a teacher, Mrs. Dawson. I haven't seen her since the 3rd grade. Figured she'd moved or died. I mean, it's not easy to lose track of someone in this town, right? And today, I'm looking at her in the crowd, all alive and healthy. Imagine, right? And the crowd was huge. It wasn't even a crowd, more like a whole river of people. I mean, you look at all of them and you can't even see the end. All the roads were blocked. Just thinking. It's weird. There's this dead guy who's making it so an alive guy can't get his groceries on time, right?
That's a lot of booze.
I mean, I just wanted to say, I really respect Sheriff Wells. He died a hero, right? Ask anyone. Everybody says he's a hero. But I'm just saying, I got a job to do. I don't want to lose it. Nobody wants to lose a job because it's not easy to find a new job in Sharpwood, right? So,
The money's right there in front of your nose. Don't bother with the change.
This is the guy from the first game. I recognize the voice actor.
Mr. Nash, thank you. I just wanted to say that you don't need to call Mr. Summers. I mean, he'll be yelling at me either way. I deserve it, right? I'm just... Oh, by the way, those cigars you asked about? Caesars, right? Mr. Summers said we normally don't have them in stock, but we can order them. Maybe it'll take a couple of weeks or so, but what's a couple of weeks when it's a quality product, right? I remember one day I was looking...
Forget it. I don't know how long I'll be staying.
Oh, I hope. I mean, I hope that you won't be leaving too soon. You're like our best customer. Or at least one of our best customers, am I right?
Only
I
customer?
know there's a lot of stuff going on. Lots of folks are leaving. Even Pale Charlie left, and
Oh,
he's
Pale
even older
Charlie.
than you. He's 90 or something. Maybe even 100. I mean, I'm sure you'll find yourself a decent job, right? I mean, have a good day, Mr. Nash.
So it sounded like the sheriff died in the attack. And so I'm assuming that this is the chief from the first game and he's in hiding for whatever reason.
Hey, Lilly. So we're getting rid of this thing tomorrow?
What? We do what?
That drawing thing in the hall. We're taking it down tomorrow? I already called Uncle Dimitri. He'll cart it off for us. Might even get a couple of bucks for it.
Whoa. First, it's not a drawing. It's a tapestry, okay? A beautiful work of art. You didn't notice, did you? Second, it's hanging there for a reason. And third, and most important, we're...
Oh, you mean that drawing in the hall? Great. I'll get a hanger tomorrow so we can put the TV up there. And maybe a VCR, too.
No one appreciates fine art.
Jesse, we are not taking down the tapestry.
TV? That's not a bad idea. Sure, but I was thinking, well, you know,
It sounds like they have the same voice.
Machine here. You know, I'm tired of having to drive 20 minutes over to Bad Ears gas station for smoked cheese in the middle of work. Like I've got nothing better to do, right? As if I,
You see how much space that giant thing takes up? We can put a TV up, an arcade game, probably even a pinball machine. Speaking of which, my son moved in with his wife and dairy, so we've got an extra VCR.
Hey-o.
Only thing is, he took all his videotapes.
VCR, so this is happening in the
No,
past.
tapes are no problem. I've got lots of tapes. Plus, if we tell the guys that everyone's bringing in a couple of movies, then we...
Look, I just need you to...
Hey, what kind of movies you got? All sorts. Bloody Shirt 2, Bloody Shirt 3, Bloody Shirt 4, Hard-Boiled Women, Demons on Fifth Avenue.
And you've got that movie where this pilot is flying around the earth, but he's running out of fuel over the ocean, so he makes a deal with Satan, and Satan sends him to fight an army of skeletons, and the skeleton general, you can't fuck with him.
Yeah, that's The Wind Blows into Hell. One of my favorites. Goes without
The
saying.
wind blows somewhere.
That's every man's favorite movie. Am I right or am I right? When I saw him at the end, when the girl throws the sword into the fire, my heart jumped out of my
I would be
chest.
out of
Benny
this
almost
conversation
needed to
so
call the
fast.
ambulance. I swear to God.
You need to take better care of yourself, old man.
I've also got this movie. It's actually a cartoon, but it's for adults, you know. This guy gets the ability to undress people with his mind.
Sounds like they're really
So he goes
busy.
into
Lots of
work,
crime there.
And he works in a bank. And his boss is a real bitch. But the bitch has some great boobs. And she calls him over to her.
Tomorrow. We'll just discuss it tomorrow.
And she says there's some problem with this quarterly report. Some kind of paper got filed in wrong. And he asked, like you should.
What the hell, Gail? Sit down and get ready to type. We agreed.
Lily, we'll finish that damn letter of yours tomorrow. And if we're lucky, we'll even...
Gail, take off your stupid hat and get back to your desk. I'm the sheriff and you'll do what I say. I'm the sheriff.
Lily, you do know you don't have to be such a bitch, right? Bad Ears gas station closes in half an hour, so if we don't finish this stupid letter in the next 10 minutes, I'll be out of smokes until the morning. And if that happens,
Oh no.
I'll be coming into work in a bad mood tomorrow. And if I come in to work in a bad mood,
Just shut up and type.
Okay. I'm ready.
So she's taking over as
For
sheriff, I
God's
guess?
sake, let's stop taking half an hour on every sentence, okay?
First, read what you've got so far.
Of course, we won't be able to pay you serious money. It's like we won't be able to pay you anything at all. But I hope that you feel the same as me, that the safety of our native town of Sharpwood is a question of duty and honor, and not of material gain.
No, not just the last sentence. Read everything from the beginning.
Lily, come on.
Read it from the top.
Dear Captain Carter, I imagine you've already heard the sad news that has prompted me to write you. I'll be frank. This letter you're holding is a plea for help. The police department of Sharpwood
All right,
was deprived.
that's enough. I can't take it anymore. We'll just pick up where we left off.
Do you think Captain Carter will even read this?
Lily, let's just finish it. And then...
They got him. The guy from the flower shop, remember? He's one of the neckties. We're sure this time.
Where are they taking him? Are they bringing him here?
They already did. He's here.
Did he have the goods on him? Has he said anything? What does he know?
Well, you want to find out, or you're just going to sit there?
We get to interrogate him?
What happened to him?
Well, as far as I understand, he had a hard time getting into the car.
He fell into some
Right.
clubs.
Didn't like getting out of the car either. And he really didn't like the stairs. And when we handcuffed him, wow, that was no fun at all. And then when he sat down on a chair, he accidentally...
Cut the shit, Charlie.
What? The sheriff asked a direct question, and I'm trying...
Get out! All of you!
Lily, I think it'd be best if you just...
What's the problem, Gail? Isn't it best if the sheriff interrogates important suspects? Isn't it great when the commander takes a personal interest in the work? Don't you think?
Okay, guys, you hear that? Let's get out of here.
Also, we're probably not going to beat the hell out of him. She only has one eye? Awesome. He has no eyes! Oh my god! Wally Melton. So we get to question him. You're from around here, right? I'm sure you heard Sheriff Wells got killed, so what do you know about it? You and your friends lured Sharpwood's sheriff into an ambush and killed him like a bunch of cowards. Yeah, that right? You and your necktie gang? Can you even imagine how hard we're coming down on you? I know it was somebody in your gang that murdered Sheriff Wells. Just tell me who pulled the trigger and maybe I'll let you go. I don't know. I guess we can try this. He's not gonna... Obviously not gonna fall for this, though. If we get him emotional... Let's try to get him to be emotional. What you talking about? You gonna bring down the full force of the village police? Oh no, please. Anything but that. Get your facts straight, bitch. You and your friends lured Sharpwood's sheriff into an... Okay, so that's what we said, and we're continuing. Let's talk about something else, the drugs. Where do you keep them? As I understand it, you never keep drugs at your base. Why is that? Not leaving here until you tell me where your hideout is. Where do you keep them? Let's try this. Where do you keep your drugs? In your panties. You know why? Because no one ever checks in there for anything. Smartass.
You could at least hide the suitcase.
What? Oh, this? It's just...
Charlie, shut your trap and get ready to question the suspect. Lily, I just want
You
to...
do understand, Gail, that this will soon be over. All of this. You understand that, right?
I know, Lily. I know.
I need to finish writing that letter to Captain Carter.
Hello, my name is Bogdan. Are you satisfied with your water supply system? I bet you're not. I am here to solve your problem.
What the hell?
Excuse me, what?
It's not so nice to run to the toilet outside in the cold, is
True.
it? Especially at our age. You go once, you go twice, and by then you've already frozen your butt off. And it's lucky it's the only thing you've frozen off. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. And you know what I'm talking about too, don't you?
Look, listen, this isn't my house. I'm just renting it.
All the better. So the homeowner will pay for everything, while you will enjoy the new toilet in warmth and comfort.
Are you selling toilets? You sell toilets at night?
Don't be silly. We'll replace your whole water system. A new toilet in the house is, well, it's the cherry on the cake. You're right. I'm here a little after hours. Well, you see, our farm is just taking its first steps in this business.
Out in the middle of
I can
nowhere?
only visit my customers after I'm done with my day job. But a toilet inside your house is doubly good at night, right?
I don't know. Do we trust this guy?
Do understand your needs, sir. I myself had to run to the toilet outside for 20 years every night. But when I finally got a toilet inside my house,
Please go. Just go. I want you to leave.
I know what you're thinking. You think that in such a small house there's simply no room for a toilet. But I assure you, if you just allow me to come in for a moment...
Leave right now.
I don't think
I'm
so.
asking you to leave.
I just want to save both of us some time, that's all. I know that you'll change your mind. The next time you need to go in the middle of the night, you'll remember me and think, damn, that guy was right. A toilet in the house is what every adult man needs.
I don't disagree with him.
So why don't
I've asked you to leave. You need to leave. Now. Leave.
All right. But I bet you won't last a week before you change your mind. I'm telling you right now, you won't last a week.
That sounds like a warning. See, that would have been so much nicer if he was sitting on a toilet. Must be our family. Dear Dylan, Oliver, and Edgar, I'd give anything to be sitting with you on the porch of our old house, smoking a cigar, talking and passing the day. I know you have a lot of questions for me, a lot of unpleasant questions. It's not hard to hear them in my head, but it won't be so easy to find the right answers. Is it true what they're saying about you? My only crime was wanting to take care of myself and my family. Just sorry it took me that long, so we get to choose. My crime was I trusted the wrong people. I was used and then thrown in the trash. Probably, if we're going by the way that I played the first game, my only crime was wanting to take care of myself and my family. I'm just sorry it took me that long. Probably this one. Because we didn't trust the wrong people. We didn't really trust anyone. We tried to play it clean. So let's go with the first option. Why did you flee from Freeburg? It's not that I ran away, I just needed time to regroup so I could go back and clear my name. Sometimes retreat is the only way to victory. I ran because I didn't want to be killed in prison. I know so much about every influential scoundrel in the city that they would never let me live to see my day in court. Go back and clear my name. Probably we wouldn't have gone to prison, right? Because we were playing it clean. So maybe this one. It's not that I ran away, I just needed time to regroup so I could go back and clear my name. Clear a name from what? I think I'm going to pick this one. Sometimes retreat is the only way to victory. Why did Mom really leave? Because she decided she wanted to fuck some 30-year-old insurance agent. And I hope he gave her exactly what she wanted. Sally, your grandmother once told me that I'm too old, that I don't have any energy. That's why Laura left. I didn't really understand what she meant at the time, but now it seems to me she hit the nail on the head. Let's go with this one. It's a bit nicer. Did you have an affair on the side, too? I wouldn't say that. For one thing, your mother had already left, and it's strange to call a relationship between two people an affair if they only talked on the phone and never met. It was your mother who had the affair. Everything that happened to me later was just an amusement, a naive love fantasy that never became a reality. In any case, it's over. My amusement wants to put me in jail. Let's pick this one. Only talked on the phone and never met. Why did you get in bed with the mafia? We didn't! I think you had to, though, because it seemed like trying to play it clean just got you killed. I didn't go to them. They left me no choice. When they threatened to hang your children's heads from a chandelier, you'll do exactly what they ask of you. No hesitation, no questions. I got in with them because the mafia can't be defeated, only controlled. And looking at how well I controlled crime in Freeburg, I'd say I managed things pretty well. Let's go with that one. Did you kill people? I never killed anyone. I have many vices, but I'm no killer. I didn't kill anyone with my own two hands, but I gave orders that led to some deaths. Sometimes these were bad people, sometimes not so much. It's up to you whether you think that makes me a killer. Let's go with we weren't a killer. How's your health? We don't seem too healthy. I feel good despite parting with your mother, fleeing from the feds, and surviving 2 comas. One thing I know for sure, I won't survive a third. Not complaining, but I'm lonely. I'm afraid. I'm not going to make any new friends here. Either way, new friends at my age don't lead anywhere except another funeral. Let's go with this one. Why didn't you just retire? I catch criminals. That's all I know. It's all I'm good at. I didn't retire because I loved my job, and I wasn't too old to keep doing it. Well, because I had nothing else to do. All I had left was an empty house and a dirty barn. What was I going to do? Farming? All my tools rusted a long time ago. After a week of retirement like that, I would have put a bullet in my forehead. I like this one more. Wasn't too old to keep doing it. What are you afraid of? I'm afraid I'll be caught, locked in a cage, and put on display like a circus freak. and the only power I'll have left is to bash my skull on the bars of my cell. I'm afraid that I won't have a chance to clear my name or even explain myself before the law, before Freeburg, and most importantly, before you. You deserve an explanation the most. That's why I'm writing this letter. I like that a lot better. What are you planning to do next? Good question. I've changed a lot, though predictability, is still not among my vices. I know I have to do something. The only question is how far I'll have to go. I can't tell you. It's not that I don't trust you. It's just that even I don't know what I'll have to decide 10 seconds from now. I like that. Life's too unpredictable, especially when you're on the run. So I'm guessing that was like simulating choices you made in the first game.
Ha! We could hardly shut the guy up. He wasn't so tough. I didn't even get to the Phase 3. Phase 3 is where
We don't have a lot of time. They're moving their headquarters, but we should be able to nab most of them if we hurry. It's north of here, the old summer camp.
So we're going right back
They
in.
never keep the goods at their headquarters. They always use a different place, usually an isolated house on the outskirts. Most of the time, these places have random tenants who don't even suspect that there's anything hidden under their floorboards. That way, the drugs can never be linked back to the neckties or the neckties to the drugs. You remember that little tavern called Forsetti? We went drinking there after graduation and broke that big mirror. Mr. Blaine's converted it into a house, and now he rents it out for almost nothing. 2 weeks ago, an old man moved in, and under his floorboards, there's 27 kilograms of heroin.
I'm starting to think that guy is leading us around by the nose. I'm betting there's 4 or 5 armed guards at the house. But you said it's a small place, right? Well, I bet there's 2 at least. I don't believe they just left the stuff under some old man's floorboard.
That's where we're living,
Even
right?
if there is an old man living there, I bet he's in on it. Hey, maybe old man is just a nickname. What do you think? I bet he's a right cutthroat, hunkered down there, ready to ambush us. Maybe he already...
Well, you and Corey, go check it out. Take 2 cars in case it's not just an old man living in the house. Whoever you find there, bring them in. And don't forget about the heroin. Rest of you will come with me to storm their headquarters. Sound good to you, Lily?
It sounds dangerous as all hell. Okay, all events that require your attention are displayed on the Sharpwood map and by a card in the call list. Drug trafficking call for SETI Tavern. 600. Each call has a minimum professionalism requirement. To ensure that your cops can go on a call, their overall professionalism must meet the minimum required by that call. The neckties are hiding a large batch of heroin in a house on the outskirts. Currently, that house is being rented by some old man. He's probably working with the ties and watching over the goods. Could be cops and a sniper. So we have exactly 300 with Fletcher and Bellow. Negotiations is main talent, bit of strength. And Bellow's just not good at anything, apparently. That would hurt the head. Oh God.
Sharpwood Sheriff's Department. Ah, No, no, no. Look at this. No, well, just look, Corey. You couldn't find anyone better to watch the goods? Oh, they just didn't bother. Or are we missing something? What do you think, Corey? Think we're missing something? Huh? Is there some kind of special meaning to the fact that we've got drunk, dirty grandpa here, sitting in the shack watching the goods? Maybe we need to crack the code here, huh?
Well, any ideas where they hid the powder?
How about you look around while I... while I interrogate the suspect, huh?
Oh, you don't know what you're up against, man.
You. What's your name, old man?
Boy.
What did you say, old man? You need to answer nice and clear when a police officer speaks to you.
My name is... Nash. Warren Nash.
I'll tell you something, Warren Nash. 15 years on the force. I've seen all sorts of dirty shits. This town isn't exactly upscale, in case you haven't noticed. I've caught thieves, caught rapists, murderers, and drug traffickers. All part of the job, you know?
I bet his breath
I'm doing
stinks.
my job. Nice and easy, like a professional. But here you are. This filth, you don't make it easy to be easy. Filth like you drives me up the wall. With scum like you, I just can't keep up the cold-blooded professional attitude. I just can't. You know why, Warren? Because... Oh, I'm sorry, Warren. I'll be just a second, all right?
You're gonna answer the phone?
Charlie, what the hell? Do you want...
Corey, just look for the fucking drugs while I'm busy with the fucking suspect, okay?
This guy is insane!
So, Warren, filthy things like you drive me nuts. Because you think that we'll never catch up with you. You think the police can't do anything. You think we just rescue cats from trees and help old ladies carry their bags up to the porch. You think, you believe, you really believe that we'll never get to you. So you don't even have to try. You taking good care of the goods here, Warren? You ready for us here, Warren? Just waiting in ambush, Warren? You did fucking nothing, Warren! Fucking nothing! Because you thought we'd never come. But here I am, Warren. Here I am! What are you gonna do now, Warren? What's the big plan, Warren?
Hey, I think I found something.
You hear that, Warren? He found something. Next time, hide it better.
Ooh. That would hurt.
Well, this looks like 27 keys of heroin to you?
I would say there's somewhere between 26 and 28 keys.
Well, that sounds like 27, right?
Yep, looks like 27. So what are we thinking here? You load it up in the car and I'll pack up the old man. And any of this other junk we might need.
Seems like the kind of guy that would just take the drugs and sell them himself.
I'd like, I really need to talk to the sheriff as soon as possible.
I'm Sheriff Reed. You can talk all you like, but if I were you, I'd wait for my lawyer, Mr. Nash.
I don't, you said you're the sheriff?
That's what I said.
No, I'm just, are you Sharpwood, Sheriff?
I'm the sheriff.
You could, do you have the authority to...
Look, I'm wearing a shiny star on my chest. I'm sitting here in the middle of the night, and even though I'm exhausted, I'm poring over murder files that no one else wants to bother with. So yeah, I'm the sheriff. I may not be used to all this, and I'm not sure I ever will be, but I don't have another sheriff for you, Mr. Nash. You might as well accept it.
Listen, Sheriff. Sheriff Reed, right? Great, Sheriff Reed. I need to talk to the sheriff, and you're the sheriff, so...
You can do it, Jack. You can do it, Jack.
Older sheriffs sometimes... Well, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about that. I just want to say that there's been a mistake. And I want to help you out here because there
was a huge batch of cocaine hiding in your house. You want me to believe you didn't know anything about it?
I rent that house. Only lived there a couple of weeks, and you know all that, right? It's easy to check, huh? Yeah, it's but that's not important. It's not that I'm trying. Listen, Sheriff Reed, you have to listen to me very carefully. I'm a policeman, just like you know?
Oh, so you must be undercover. Is that it, Mr. Nash?
No, it's much more complicated than that. My name isn't Warren Nash.
Yeah, I already knew that. Your fake documents are so bad they practically fell apart in my hands.
If you let me explain, would you like to see my real document, Sheriff? Look, that humidor, you see it?
What?
That little box, the little wooden box on the table, see? Looks like a jewelry box?
It's locked. We'll crack it open in the morning.
Wouldn't you rather open it now? Please, Sheriff Reed, let's open it now, and I'll try to explain everything. I'm in a very difficult situation, and I'm asking you to listen to me. Just open the box, and you'll find my passport in there, my real passport. My name's Jack Boyd. The documents that say I'm Warren Nash, I bought them for $90 at the rail station. Please, just open the box, and I'll explain everything, please.
You say you were a cop, huh?
Yes. I was a cop. I was the chief of police, just like you. Look, it's a very long and complicated story, but I assure you this is all just a huge misunderstanding. And the fact that I've gone into hiding here, the fact that I'm here at all, it's an injustice that I want to correct. And I'm asking you to help me. Sheriff Reed, let's talk. I'm begging you.
She doesn't want to have any of it.
Sheriff Reed, let me...
Do you even know what you've been accused of, Mr. Boyd?
Let's just say I don't know if you know what happened in Freeburg last winter, but it had nothing to do with the law or justice. I was used.
You do understand that I have to report you to the feds, right, Mr. Boyd?
Sheriff Reed, if you do this, you just continue this. I believe that cops should help each other, so I just want to say... You seem like the kind of person
We've known each other for 5 minutes, Mr. Boyd. I doubt very much that I've made any impression on you at all. Whatever you've got yourself mixed up in, I hope that you find justice. If that's really what you want. But for now, all I know is this. You're a criminal, and they're looking for you.
Your folder. Your folder. That's a case file. Can I see it?
Excuse me?
Maybe if we
I
help
worked
her.
as a detective for years. Even when I was chief, I did half of my detective's work. If you're having trouble with the case, I'm sure I can help. Cops should help each other. My exact words, right?
You think You think that I...
Listen, Sheriff Reed, what do you have to lose? You're the head of this police department. You've got to think rationally. I'm not trying to teach you how to do your work. I'm just, well, just for a minute.
Just gonna do your work for you.
This whole awkward situation, okay? Right? You have an unsolved murder, and there's someone standing right in front of you who's offering to help. Maybe I'm an imposter, and I can't actually do anything. Maybe I'll even turn out to be a lunatic, scatter the file around the cell and dance around like a wild monkey. But maybe, just maybe, I really am an experienced cop who can help you find your killer. Don't you want that? Don't you want to give me a chance since you've got nothing to lose? Don't you want a real criminal in prison, not some sorry victim of circumstance like me? That's police work. Catching the real criminals, right?
I guess I'm going crazy.
Oh, hello. To solve the crime, you'll need to reconstruct the picture of what happened by placing the frames for the crime's key events in the right order. Whoa, okay. Proceed. To figure out what happened, you should carefully examine the evidence and witness testimony. You have all the necessary frames, but 2 people are suspected of the murder. You need to analyze whatever information is available and figure out which of them is the true culprit. So it's either man in wrestling mask or victim's wife. Jeez. The secret of the forbidden flesh. The dismembered corpse of Bob Finnegan was found on the display shelf in the meat department. Ugh. Ruth Finnegan is the victim's wife. I was at the neighbors to borrow some salt, and I heard on their TV that there's some crazy maniac started killing in Ripton. The journalists nicknamed him the Wrestler because he wears a wrestling mask. I usually don't pay any attention to the news, but this time I remembered because as I was leaving, I noticed a Latino man in the street with a big sports bag, and he was just taking off a mask. I got home and there's blood everywhere, and Bob is nowhere to be found. Think that maniac came all the way out here from Ripton? That's one of the clues. Katerina Sluzarski, the neighbor. That evening, Ruth came over to borrow some salt, so that corroborates her story. It's funny, she works at the grocery store, but she's always missing something. She sat at my place for a while, and then said that she was going back to make dinner for Bob. I don't know how she put up with him. Typical man, he always walked around in a stupid t-shirt, spent the whole day staring at the TV and yelling for Ruth to bring him another Frosty. Maybe she got fed up with him. I went to visit often enough, and it was always the same thing. Recently, Ruth decided to try being a vegetarian. She'd read in a magazine that it'll make you live an extra 10 years. Plus, you get to lose a few pounds. So she started cooking without meat, beginning with vegetable soup. Thought she'd surprise Bob, but when he came home from work, he was yelling, "What the fuck is this without the meat? I live next door and I could hear everything." They almost got into a fight. The victim's home, the bathroom. The bathroom is covered in blood. It looks like this is where the victim's corpse was butchered. Store counter. The victim's body parts were neatly laid out on the counter, as if it were a display set for all to see. There's a crumpled garbage bag under the counter with traces of blood inside. Medical examiner says the victim's throat was cut in one single confident motion. Death came almost instantly. There are no signs of struggle on the body. The corpse was dismembered after death. Wow. She's trying to blame it on this, I would believe, I'm more likely to believe it was her that did it. Just based on what I read. And I guess that's all that we have to work off of. Jeez. So we've got Bob Finnegan and Ruth Finnegan quarrel over vegetable soup. Ruth Finnegan approaches Bob Finnegan with a kitchen knife in her hand. Ruth Finnegan cuts Bob Finnegan's throat with a knife. Ruth Finnegan carves Bob Finnegan's corpse in the tub with a cleaver. Enters the North Star grocery store carrying a garbage bag. Bottle of beer. Okay, so how many? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 here. So probably not the beer, right? Bob Finnegan's house. Roll over vegetable soup. Approach. The cut. The butcher. Bob Finnegan's wife. She killed her husband to escape her unhappy marriage. The last straw was his criticism of her soup. That's pretty... It's also pretty thin, but, you know, a lifetime of abuse. Ruth decided to kill her husband and make it look as though the maniac known as the wrestler did it. I don't know, just judging by the evidence, that's got to be it, right? Yes.
Look.
Lilly, are you there? Lilly?
Lily here. Come in.
Can you grab the box of flashbang grenades and get over here? There's no time to lose. Lilly!
Copy. I'm on my way.
See what she thinks. What's she gonna do? Just like let us out?
So?
I'm not seeing anything.
Lily, it's time.
Yes, just let me look at the plan.
Lily, we've got everything covered.
Gail, I need to take a look at the plan.
I mean, this went sour
Gail.
last time,
Plan?
so...
Lily, do you want to look at the plan or do you want to change the plan?
I need to see the plan before I decide whether I need to change it. Gail?
Things to do. Interrogate the necktie. Get all information available. Outfit and assign your strike team. Usually it takes several days to plan an assault, but this time Gail had to sketch out the plan in a hurry. Maybe you'll want to change something. Gather intel. Assign cops. Can I move these? No. At every position, there has to be a cop with the appropriate skills or equipment necessary for the assault. Abandoned car wash. Assign your cops for the assault. Carefully consider your intel and select cops that are ideal for each position. For the outside area, Gail wants to put a quick cop around the side of the car wash so he can cut off any escaping neckties. That's why we've got speed. With... Oh, we can remove them if we want to. Okay. It's only one speed, though, and I think that's pepper spray, right? Gail knows that no assault is complete without a well-trained gunman. Shooting 2. He's got 2 pistols. The assault leader... Okay. Gail will lead the assault. He wants to capture as many neckties as he can alive as possible, because he's a negotiator. Can I see all their skills? Oh, wow. Hodges is freaking all-star. We could put him the outside area. Let's just stick with the plan. And who's over here? At the tire store. Gale is confident that a clever cop could outwit the side door of a workshop. Of the workshop and sneak inside. Intelligence 2. Gale is assigned an agile cop with a stun grenade to storm the workshop. How do we... Okay, they get assigned the equipment based on their positioning. Like which position they take, I guess. If I'm understanding this correctly. Gale believes that a stealthy cop could sneak into the workshop unnoticed and take the neckties by surprise. Well, I mean, that's one stealth and one speed. Maybe we could switch these up. Okay, they just suck. I guess we're going to proceed.
Let's get him over here. Someone needs to go get Kanan. Does anyone know Kanan lives? Jesse, grab that blue bag over there. Bring it over here.
Oh, so we don't actually get to play through that. It just happens.
Jesus, Jesse, we don't have time for that. Bring me that bag.
No, come on.
Lily, put pressure here. Press there and don't let him. Make it? You think he'll make it?
So if we had made different choices, would this have turned out differently?
To put something under his head.
He's dead, Lily. Lily, he's dead. Gale's dead.
Now you can call Kanayan.
I thought we were going to get to actually do the strike ourselves. But I guess this is probably scripted.
What was his name? I mean the deceased officer. What's his name?
Gale Greenberg.
Were you close?
Seemed pretty
No,
close.
But no,
No? Really?
we went to school together.
Sheriff Reed,
Sheriff Reed. Ha! Sheriff Reed. If my dad could hear you say that, he'd died of laughter. He'd laugh like a madman, choke on his favorite meatballs even. Sheriff Reed. Call me Lily. My aunt lived in Freeburg. She sold flowers. Had her own store, a little shop. My mother and I used to visit during the summer. You have warm summers there. Warmer than here.
Anywhere's warmer than here.
So, what happened in Freeburg, Mr. Boyd?
That's a very... I'm sorry. Forgive me, Lily. I begged you for a chance to tell you everything, and now I don't know where to start.
You were slandered?
You could say that.
So you aren't guilty of anything?
I'm plenty guilty, but not what I've been accused of. I was just a fool. A blind fool.
You're right, Mr. Boyd.
I'm sorry?
The sheriff's job is to think rationally. I figured I might be a shit cop, but at least I can think rationally. Now I'm not so sure.
Lily, listen to me. You aren't guilty of anything. I've been a police chief going on 13 years, and I can't say that I never... Let's just say it's a difficult job. It gets complicated. And to put you in this position, it was, I just want to say
Don't
that...
be shy, Mr. Boyd. I don't make much of a sheriff. Is that what you wanted to say? Because I completely agree with you.
Lily, listen to me. I'm a policeman. Whatever position I'm in now, whatever this is, whatever my official status, I'm still a policeman.
What
I'm
a
a
sing,
policeman,
coach.
and I know how to do this job, and I will help you. Cops should help each other. Isn't that what we were talking about earlier? Don't you agree with me?
What was it you said, Mr. Boyd? Maybe you're an imposter, maybe you're crazy, but maybe you, honestly, I don't even know if I...
Lily, why are you pointing that gun at me?
Just shoots us, game over.
Can I get out of this cage? Lily?
Yes, Mr. Boyd. Yes, you can get out of the cage.
You want me to... Well, I guess I'm asking. You want me to get to work? What is it you want me to do exactly?
You can get some sleep in the break room. It's over there to the left, the dark green door. I'll still be here in the morning, and in the morning we... Well, we'll figure this out. Tomorrow you can gather up your things, Mr. Boyd.
Yes, I just... this letter, I'd like to send it as soon as possible. It's for my children. It's important.
I can mail it for you. I don't mind. I've got a letter to mail myself.
Lily, I wanted
What?
to...
You want to know if I'm going to call the feds? No, I won't call the feds. Do I realize that means I'm breaking the law? Yeah, I know. Do I understand that you could make a run for it at any time? Yeah, I know that too.
Nice.
I'll see you in the morning.
And so it begins. We made a deal with the devil. November 22nd. All right, everybody. I'm going to wrap up this episode here. Let me know what you think of This Is the Police 2. And I think it's pretty cool. It's a bit slow starting. But let me just see what happens next. Hold on. I got to get to a save point here.
Any other questions?
So how long you been working undercover?
Since February.
So you're like our new sheriff now, huh?
Mr. Nash will partly take over management of the department. Some of you will now be his subordinates. Bad news, Cliff. I'm still the sheriff. Well, if you understand everything and there's no more questions, then let's...
Wait, I have a question. When are we going to take that thing down?
I meant
Oh my God.
questions for Mr. Nash.
Still talking about that.
Then I have a question for Mr. Nash. Mr. Nash, when are we going to take that thing down?
When are we taking that thing down?
We're not taking it down.
Sorry, bud. Looks like it's staying up.
That's enough. Everybody back to work.
I love it. It's a nice tapestry.
It was Sheriff Wells who hung that tapestry here. He said he made me his first deputy because I was the only one who understood what it says.
Well, now there's two of us.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. What is this? Mradian says, I drank too much. I don't think I can hold it together today. But he's still kind of stealthy. Penguin says, Mr. Nash, I'm so glad to be on your team. Finally, we can get down to some proper police work. Under the leadership of a real man. Oh, okay. Nice. I'm ready to give it 100%, but there's one thing. I need to go with the guys from my funk band to Ripton to a guitar specialist so you can set up our instruments right. We're getting ready to perform a concert at our cousin's, and we can't cancel it. You understand. So go quickly today, and tomorrow I'll be the first one through the door. I remember this from the first game. Everyone's just trying to get off of work. Today's shift. Leaving the station on any task requires a cop's energy. When exhausted to the limit, a cop might not show up for work, or fall asleep at the wheel and get into an accident. Cops are people too, and for some of them, for one reason or another, abuse alcohol. Most of them will have a drink or two if the situation calls for it. But some are such inadvertent alcoholics who always show up drunk to their shift, and their performance at work is much worse than everyone else's. They even manage to get the job done, even manage to get to the job in the first place. Cops' characteristics determine how effective and useful they'll be in a given situation. Moradian, not very useful at all. Each cop can carry several items of equipment. The cop returns this equipment to the department when the shift ends. The only items that every cop always carries are a revolver and a knife. Okay, this seems like a good time to wrap up this episode then. False ending. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to continue checking this game out. I like it so far, it's kind of establishing the story and, you know, why these two have decided to work together. And also connecting the first game to the second game, which is pretty cool. I'm keen to keep on going, but let me know if you guys have enjoyed this in the comment section. This is Luckless Lovelocks signing off for now, and this is The Police 2, and I love you all.